Well, joining me on the program this morning is a public affairs analyst, Gbola. Good morning. Many thanks for joining us on
Good
the
morning for
program
the opportunity to be on
this
your
morning.
side.
And happy independence.
Same to you, my friend.
Nigeria at 59. There you have it, an excerpt of President Muhammadu Buhari's speech there. What do you make of his speech this morning? In a 25 minute speech he made this morning.
Another round of platitudes. Typical of days like this. Leaders across the world, not quite in Nigeria alone. On days like this, leaders, I guess the leaders of China, because today is also the Liberation Day of China, something akin to their Independence Day. A couple of other countries too are celebrating their National Day today. So you get to hear platitudes from leaders. Leaders basically using the bully pulpit of either their title, officialdom, or indeed their commanding personage to do what our president has done.
Are you not making any sense out of the speech made by the president?
Or if you want to be forensic, your question can be, and I will dovetail you as intellectually profound as I can be. But if you want to be generalistic, I can only be generalistic with you. You want to pick any of the matters or issues?
We'll get there. We'll get there to start looking at some of the issues.
I started by telling you that for me, it's at best platitudinous because we've had what has he said that has not been said before, either by himself or others who were before him. But what is the reality? Even the scripture says, "Oh, for long." What does he do? He ready people. So.
But he says something here. Let me just quickly quote the president there. Is that this change can only be delivered if we are united in purpose. As individuals and as a nation, we must remain committed to achieving this positive and enduring change. This is coming from President Muhammadu Buhari.
So
now, as I stated 4 years ago, change does not just happen. We must change our lawlessness habits, our attitude to public office, our public trust. Simply put, to bring about change, we must change ourselves by being law-abiding citizens of Nigeria. That's coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. What do you make of this development?
All over the world, I'm an avid student of leadership. All over the world, it has been established that the Homo sapiens, human beings, don't ordinarily do right, but leadership, the vision cast by leadership, the methodologies used by leadership will let people see the importance of doing right. There is no sustainably prosperous society on the face of the earth where I cannot give you good example enough. No existing society that is today defined as successful where I cannot give you examples good enough to show you how lowly and how base their humanities once were. You want to tell me about Germany, and I'll tell you immediately after the Second World War that German women were getting themselves getting themselves sexually taken advantage of by American servicemen because of butts of cigarette. German women were plying their bodies to get corned beef. In today's Germany, people will give you not only money. When I landed in Germany in 1990, every week the German government would give me 500 Dutch mark. 500 Dutch mark, about 300 pounds. That was to complement the fact that they are giving me a house and they are giving me food voucher for the week. A number of Nigerians who went abused it. That's another story for another day. But the same Germany, rewind 1990 to 1945, 1946, women were sleeping around to get a stick of cigarette. You want me to go to China? I was already in higher institution in the early 80s, 1981, 1982, when I saw the picture on Time magazine. I had already started reading Time magazine, Newsweek magazine, Economics magazine, Awake, Reader's Digest, avidly for years then. And for the first time, I saw a Chinese family when Deng Xiaoping started the policy of letting 1,000 flowers bloom, and the Chinese Communist Party started allowing farmers to, after meeting their target or quota of the amount of produce that they must give into the Central Planning Authority, that the extra incentive, that the extra they could sell and own the money, and a Chinese family from the excess that they produced. This was the same set of people. These were the same set of people who were already failing to meet the centralized target because there were no incentives. But immediately the Chinese Communist Party started allowing people to, when they meet the quota for central planning, that they could sell the extra. You know what? A Chinese family bought a TV set. Father, mother, 2 children. That was before they started implementing rigorously the one-child policy then, that started in the mid-80s. Picture in Time magazine, they were glued at the TV. It was like a miracle. The same China today, in my lifetime, just barely a generation, 25 years to 30 years. The same China, the 10 greatest civil engineering edifices on the face of the earth now, China has 8.
Okay, Gbola, but what has gone wrong in Nigeria that at today, at 59, we still have issues with developing the country? Because some of this developed country that you've been mentioned to, they also have their challenges.
Man, but you don't compare apples and oranges. China has challenges. Japan has challenges. Germany has challenges. But you people are not even registered on the page of challenges. You are anti. Don't let me use what it is. Don't compare.
This is we're talking Nigeria. It's not a personal thing now.
We fundamentally lack leadership. We don't. When they are rating leaders amongst human beings, you don't have. You don't. At all.
How do you mean?
What the examples I've given you of societies that I've seen transformed in my lifetime, where I've even empirically experienced, what leaders do in societies, is compared to this, we don't have leaders. And it's not the fault of this man alone. He inherited this lackadaisical visionlessness and this thing from those that gave him the baton. And he's not doing anything too dramatic to change it. The platitude that you get to hear every 1st of October,